These people express the true meaning of Christmas every day of their life.
It's not much, but you will be warm and dry.
And when they practiced the play this morning, it made my heart feel good.
The question that's asked in the New Testament, who is my neighbor? Who is my neighbor? It just haunted me. And a friend of mine set up a time when we could just sit and talk with two of the men. Just having that conversation with them changed everything for me.
It began when my daughter was hit head-on in a traffic accident in Uzbekistan.
Carrie's coats got started sort of as a way for Carl and I to get over our grief.
Christmas is not only something that you see in Walmart or Kmart, but something that is coming from the spiritual dimension.
They didn't want to let him in because they thought he was a robber. It'd be nice if you let them in and see if they really are nice.
Jennifer, you're going to do great.
Yeah.
With lines to rehearse,
You can sleep.
costumes to fit,
You got to have a halo.
and actors to find.
And we're waiting on Joseph.
Members of Roswell United Methodist Church say their annual Christmas play is always a miracle because of its stars, people with special needs.
You know, God just puts his arms around us and it all comes together.
One day, the angel Gabriel appeared.
Do not be afraid.
A shining star, shepherds, and 3 wise men. The familiar story is brought to life by Noah's Ark, a Sunday school class for the developmentally disabled.
These people express the true meaning of Christmas every day of their life.
It's not much, but you will be warm and dry.
And when they practiced the play this morning, it made my heart feel good.
Stand right over there by her.
Co-director Gail Neighbors says that despite the obstacles these people face each day, they teach a valuable lesson.
You know, God loves us all unconditionally, just as these people love everybody unconditionally.
For almost 20 years, Noah's Ark has delivered a Christmas message to the Atlanta community. And in return, the participants receive a gift they find more precious than gold: acceptance.
They clapped. That feels good.
Okay, well, you practice this week, okay?
The play was originally intended to give the group a meaningful activity, but it's become a way to say thanks to the church that supports them.
Just to give thanks and to be with the ones that you care about the most.
Friendship and conversation. Beans and tamales.
Thank you.
Presents.
82.
And Feliz Navidad. It's a Christmas party sponsored by Flores United Methodist Church in Herndon, Virginia. Everybody is talking about the party guests these days, including those who want to move into the White House not far up the road. They're talking about immigrants.
A lot of us, we have not been able to get work during the winter time, or they don't have papers. So just in general, the situation right now towards the immigrants is the bad situation out there.
For church members, debating immigration became less important than doing something.
The question that's asked in the New Testament, who is my neighbor? Who is my neighbor? It just haunted me. And a friend of mine set up a time when we could just sit and talk with two of the men. Just having that conversation with them changed everything for me.
Christmas presents from church members and others speak to the workers' real lives. Grocery store gift cards, long underwear.
It's a time of crisis. We came to this country with the hope of our families' situation will improve. But nowadays, we have to go back with our hands empty.
The season is about family, and many are separated. But for an afternoon, it is a large bilingual family here.
Thank God that there's really good people, friendly people, that they give part of their time, part of the money, so we can spend some time together. We have not been able to have a nice meal for a while.
God loves you. The children react as if you're Santa Claus and it's Christmas. And I'll say, are you ready to get some coats? And they'll go, yay! Let's go. Let's go.
Christmas presents came early to Armenia. 11 remote villages, coats, hats, and boots for 400 children. Time for celebration. This was the 5th mission for Coats for Carrie's Kids. It started with tragedy in 2003.
It began when my daughter was hit head-on in a traffic accident in Uzbekistan.
Carrie's Coats got started sort of as a way for Carl and I to get over our grief.
Carrie Doolin was a missionary in Armenia, working with kids in orphanages and schools in rugged mountain communities.
Carrie mentioned to us several times that some of the kids out in the villages just couldn't even go to school because they didn't have coats and boots.
She told me that the buildings weren't heated, so when it got so cold, kids would stay at home because they could stay warm in their beds.
It's a good way to honor my sister because she spent 6 years of her life there.
Carrie was baptized, confirmed, and memorialized at Doylestown United Methodist in Ohio.
It was a trying time for us when the tragedy happened to Carrie.
For years, the United Methodist women in Doylestown sewed hats for the mission trips.
We really, truly enjoyed knowing that we were helping some of Carrie's children because we considered them a part of Carrie.
Here, this is a 4XL. I know.
Carrie's father bought coats and boots locally. And altogether, Carrie's friends and church family donated $22,000.
I think Carrie would be very proud of us. In fact, I know she is, because she's with us when we're over there.
I'll tell you a story. There was one kid left there, and there were no coats. And it was just like God was tapping me on the shoulder. And so we gave him mine. And the mayor said, you know, everybody's going to see him in that coat, and he's going to remember you. And I said, well, let him remember the United Methodist Church. I could just feel Christ's presence. And that's a wonderful feeling.
This year, members of the Sutter Creek United Methodist Church in California wanted to offer their community a more traditional Christmas.
We believe that Christmas is not only something that you see in Walmart or Kmart, but it's something that is coming from the spiritual dimension.
Church members invited congregations of all faiths to join in dressing up to relive the Nativity story.
We kind of came up with the idea, and we approached the other 2 churches in town and asked, if they would like to participate and join in this festivity.
Las Posadas is a Latin American custom that recreates the journey of Mary and Joseph to Bethlehem.
And so Joseph went from the town of Nazareth in Galilee.
They didn't want to let him in because they thought he was a robber. It'd be nice if you let him in and see if they really are nice.
The children follow the procession door to door and then join Mary, Joseph, and the animals in the stable.
Christ is born in Bethlehem, our herald angels sing.
This is the first time Sutter Creek has hosted a Las Posadas, and it appears to have created some Christmas magic.
This is kind of new because we usually just go in churches, not outside.
I got to go in the front to see Festus the mule. Well, they call it the donkey though. It was really actually a very cool thing.